I'm at the Together March in London today, which is a march against the far right. They're predicting a massive crowd. I've already seen a lot of people making their way to the march just in tube stations. There's a smaller march, a more accessible one, gathering on the corner by Waterstones in Trafalgar Square. The pavement's completely packed with them, but the main march is making its way through London right now, and you have already a load of people dancing to music behind me. There's a big stage. Lots of people seem to be having a good time. I've seen a lot of people with signs, things like, a lot of fuck Nazis and a lot of similar slogans, standard left-wing slogans. But I would like to talk to some people, but I'm going to have to be careful, obviously, for safety reasons, so I don't know if that will happen. But I just want to get a gauge for the atmosphere here, what kind of people are actually here, and the kind of size of the march. I'm stood in Trafalgar Square now with Whitehall behind me. We actually walked along Whitehall to get to Trafalgar Square. There's already a lot of stalls there of quite a variety. There's Socialist Workers' Party, Stand Up to Racism, also a lot of people selling kafirs and Gaza merch, including Gaza Coke. And I did see one absolutely giant Iran banner, which talked about not supporting the Zionists. Essentially, you'd be on the wrong side of history if you supported the Zionists. And so I imagine I'll probably see that later because it was absolutely huge. But that's not representative of most of the march. Most of it's socialist bookshops and general Gaza stuff. There's a lot of people here in front of me in the square in Trafalgar partying and they're partying inside the barriers in Trafalgar Square, and everyone else is just waiting around for the main march to get here. I think I'm starting to hear the noise as it's approaching, so I'm expecting quite a large crowd. I haven't seen any footage yet, so I don't know just how many people there will be. I just talked to one of the stewards and got myself a sticker, which is here, so I, blend in a little bit more. And I asked how long it would be until the main march got here and how big it was, and she said it's going to be at least another 40 minutes until they get here because it's 4 times bigger than they expected. She reckons there's 250,000 people in the main march, in total actually, including the people here in the square. I'm not sure exactly how many are in the square, but 250,000 people estimate turning out for the whole march. We have a apparently pro-Palestine march here, but there's a lot of Iranian regime flags, and there's a big sign at the back that says don't let racist, I think it says far-right reform divide the country. Oh no, sorry, don't let racist Farage and reform divide the country. Yet, I believe a lot of people would think that the Iranian Islamic regime was quite far-right itself, so we have a little bit of a contradiction going on here. And then of course we have smash the far right, trans rights and human rights and those sorts of signs over here.
We only saw 1 or 2 people there to counter-protest or debate people on the march. The second one that I've included is a bit unclear exactly what was going on. The police seemed to be escorting him away from the march, but I don't know if he was part of the protest or whether he was there to debate or counter-protest. It's very unclear. Whereas the first one that I'm including, the man in the Templar outfit, was there debating people, putting across his point of view and what he was saying in his exchanges with people, which I didn't get on camera, but Jack Hadfield did, and I have his @ later in the video, so if you want to see this you can go to his X profile. He was saying that these people's policies they're supporting regarding immigration is essentially support for paedophiles, and then the police came over and they had a bit of a chat with him and they were asking him, what are you wearing? And he was saying it's all about Christianity and that's why he is in the Templar clothing, but he was just there to debate, wasn't really causing too much of a fuss. There were no real issues.
It stands for Christianity. You're a Christian? Yeah, fine, thank you. Have a good day. Behave yourself.
I'm here right at the front of the march. They've got Jack singing next to me. It might be a bit loud, I don't know if you can hear, but I am in front of the march. They merged the Gaza march and the people waiting for Stand Up to Racism. So we've got some anti-racist signs here and also a lot of Iranian flags and Palestine flags. So there's a massive party atmosphere here. I believe this is Chappelle Road. Someone's trying to actually wave and be in the camera, but they don't know that I'm doing a selfie mode. Apologies. Just getting in the way of someone with a bike. But very positive mood here. People are very happy. It's sunny. It's like a big party. So it's peaceful so far. 1 or 2 people who are being a bit kind of trying to cause agitation, and they were quickly moved away by the police. Heavy police presence, but everything is peaceful so far. the absolutely massive Iranian flag. So we've got the march here, and the Iranian flag, and we've got Horse Guards parades in Chapel Row in this plan.
I am proud to be part of this alliance, and I'm also proud to say that over 50 Muslim organisations in the UK are supporting this alliance, from the Muslim Council of Britain to many more across the UK. My second point is, as you can see here, this is Britain. This is the United Kingdom. This is Britain. We are united. The far right are not the majority. We are the majority. Thank you, comrades.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Okay, we're gonna get started. Look at this scene. Look at what we're seeing on Whitehall
Looks like the Green
today.
Council,
We
right?
are filled with anti-racists, people who have had enough of the far right, of those who seek to divide us, of those who seek to tell us to blame our neighbours, our brothers and sisters, instead of the rich and the people that make decisions in this country.
Jack Hadfield and I have decided to leave the Together March because we were on the edge of the crowd filming, and someone started to take photos of Jack, who he recognised, who's seen at these events before. And then as we were stood on the edge of the crowd after that, taking a few final shots, seeing if we could hang around a bit longer, someone came up and just really unsubtly took more pictures of us and then stormed off into the crowd. Jack recognised him as a Stand Up to Racism person, so he's clocked us, and we don't really want to hang around in case anything happens to us, so we're going to be off.
I'll just finish with some final thoughts on my experience at the march. It was unfortunate that we clearly weren't welcome there, because my objective in going is to see what it's actually like and report what I'm actually seeing on the ground, the good side and the bad side. So like I said, there was a lot of good there. It was a generally family friendly event, a lot of people just having a good time, dancing to some music, but there were also those other elements which people are right to draw attention to, like the support for the Iranian regime and some perhaps more questionable ideologies on the ground, and some ideologies there which would be incompatible, such as supporting gay and trans rights and supporting very radical Islam. So there are still a lot of contradictions that they obviously need to work out on this side of the political spectrum, but I wouldn't say that the average person there was bad, like what a lot of people are saying online. A lot of them just have concerns based on what they've seen in the news, and then of course you have a lot of people there too who are there from official organisations on the left, so it's hard to tell exactly how much of the turnout was organic. And it seems as well that the figure I got off the steward of 250,000 people on the streets was inaccurate. Other reports are suggesting 50,000. It's always hard to tell with these things, and everybody always inflates their numbers, so I would give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. Obviously, just everyone always wants to make it look like they have a good turnout, and it's just unfortunately how it is, and that steward obviously got the number off someone else. So overall, I think it was a peaceful event, well organised, and I think people have the right to protest in the streets. It's just a shame that we weren't welcome as people who are not officially affiliated with the organisations.